Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
It's not going to be a raid boss just because he takes a bit to kill. So it's okay
it's
in
tough,
that.
the Shroud.
I think Relevant can just start fighting Genax here and try to make him burn spells, and then 113 can wrap in from behind. As Genax probably feels a little bit safe with this ward.
Oh, he's no longer safe, however. Exhausted, Irrelevant now going in, 113 committing, Gwen immune as Genax tries to get a bit more damage down. Irrelevant trying to find the snip on a Genax, nice shuriken flip, but still, that's first blood for BDS.
And that's the cost of not having the big strengths of him, but we have Loopy here.
Hook connects, follow-up CC there, Reeker good follow-up damage, Nuke still has his flash, holding on as long as he can, Ignite ticking. Doesn't even burn it, 96 HP, walks away, Reeker desperate to get the wave in. But 113 is right here. They'll spot Reeker. Paris coming in as well. Nuke has to be careful not to overstay. It could be in trouble. Combo there. Easy kill pickup. Solo lanes for BDS. Finding massive advantage. Away. SK at the very least are going to get this Drake, and BDS not in a great position to get something else on the other side of the map. So they might just try to fight this. But they're at a man disadvantage. Can't quite see. Nuke is level 6. Can ult into the fight. Paris only level 5. It could be tough. 113 in the midst of everybody. The lockup, the CC is there. 113 set now to fall. The flash forward into his teammates. That is not what you wanted. 200 health or more taken away from every member of BDS. Right as you praise him, it all starts to fall apart.
113 almost. Now it's a grub fight as both teams posture to contest.
Neither side got the dragon, but 113 is here to match. Relevant first move. Mid lane prio contested. Nuke relatively low. The Reeker, of course, with no ultimate does make it pretty hard to finish a kill.
It's going to be Grubs just going over to the side of BDS with that top and mid prio. Feeling pretty good about that one. And as you said, due to the fight on Drake, nobody actually got Drake, which means BDS could look to, you're not going to stomp him, but you're just going to scale up and be as useful, which I much prefer rather than this very volatile Ignite exhaust. We need to fist.
Yeah. And it's clear that Genax wants to be that kind of player, wants to leverage these picks. And in game 1, to be fair, the Jace pick did pay off. They did find some early leads from it. It just didn't transition into anything more meaningful. But Irrelevant very rapidly becoming a problem as this fight breaks out. Ulti in from the way. Kadui free firing. 113 goes forward and will get taken down. Ulti over the wall from Ice. The Loopy still walking away as the Drake falls for SK.
And again, it's a mistake from 113.
Genax out of the little bit of a hole that he has.
Problem is
900 gold lead.
Immune.
Hook. Genax taking his time. Patience on the Shroud. Only level 5 now uses it.
Very well played by Relevant. Dodges out on the Akali E and immunes the Nautilus hook. It's so hard
to be a 4v4, but Nuke is recalling. Can get there pretty quickly with the Weaver's Wall.
He's going to look to TP in, I think, just on the pink ward. And they just started up.
They don't have push topside either.
Relevant can kind of 1v2 here and just keep them at bay.
Ready for the full-on 5v5. Flash is up across the board for SK, except for the Akali, who does not have one. Same story for BDS. BDS being pushed back. Loopy, decent flank, but they're just going to try and turn and burn. He doesn't even get a chance to proc the Aftershock. He's just instantly deleted. In the meantime, Irrelevant trying to 2v1 here. A single grub. All that's left. BDS already got 4. They're going to get 1 more as well. That's 5. The Gwen still standing. Irrelevant dashing back into 113. Count up is Genax. Down he goes. Ice on a killing spree. Complete and total disaster. The Weaver's Wall coming in. Reeker running for his life. Pukata taken out as well. BDS demolishing the fight.
Tabi.
There's a Swifties and a plated steel caps.
Plated steel caps could do it. Come on.
Oh, he's at 7. Reeker caught out. Flick comes in. That's all the gold lead. That's the only strong position on the map. Delete it. The ulti's still going. Ice now ready with the setup. Just a few seconds away from the ultimate. Kadui waiting over the wall. Lays down a rocket, but not much else. BDS pushing in bot side, getting that pick, looking to knock down this tower.
Yeah,
much closer than this. Game 2 has been complete slaughter thus far.
He loses to Fnatic and BDS beats SK. Oh, a little wall hit from Nook.
Then we have the circle of... The circle is coming back. I'll just leave it at that. Reeker, nice fear. Gonna poke damage down. This is a very hard 1v1 to win. He's dead. 113's on the way. Threaded volley to finish. And again, caught on a side lane. Good future. Now they just need to do it one more time.
Yeah.
Where Nice doesn't have flash, he could be more vulnerable in the coming team fight, but BDS already have mid prio and are set up on the objective first, so it looks like SK will concede this one as well.
Yeah, especially now you already used that Sejuani ulti. You did get the flash out of it, which feels good, but with Corki no mana, no Sejuani ult, you definitely have to give over this Herald. I think that what I want to see from SK is when it comes to this Drake spawn at 3 minutes, I think they should try to cross-map it for gold, and in GenX is going to get me.
Ulti coming in from 113. Setup is good. Flick is good. Follow-up kill is instantaneous. SK asleep at the wheel. Control ward covering that Raptors pit for BDS, paying dividends.
Ever try to match numbers? All you need is a little... Oh, Nuke.
Nuke, another flick. Reeker's gonna die again. Root
Does have
there
flash.
is flashing out, following up with an ult of his own. Uses the Severing Bolt probably for a bit of extra poke, but just gets the Seraphs.
Yeah, GenX is here, but I think he's gonna be forced out.
Weaver's Wall comes out. Reeker again, the target. Split fight though, BDS could lose on the bottom side of the fight. Nuke finding the initial kill onto Reeker. Paris now trying to retreat. GenX looking for a bit of follow-up, and Paris will get taken down.
Okay, a 1-for-1 for SK, as they're able to actually, it's a nice little punish, but now they're gonna have to give the Drake. And what you really want to see from the side of SK here is that they're able to pressure this top side. But
Reeker,
instead it's Reeker that's caught.
Again. One more combo.
No flash.
No flash. Nuke unstoppable.
Yeah, and that's just a mistake from Reeker, right? He face checks into enemy strong side.
I mean, in a perfect game, or in a perfect level of performance, there's so few plays as GenX is rooted up. Chain CC there, ulti going in for the MF. GenX forced to retreat. Kadui just desperate to clear the wave, and the tier 2 will fall.
A little bit slow ult there by us.
Mattering once you're out of your 1v1 matchup.
Yeah.
113 might be caught here. Kadui now following. They has to be careful not to overchase into Nuke. Nice start, but Bukata eating a lot of that damage. Not bad for the side of SK. Reeker now here could potentially look to follow up. Irrelevant off to the side, zoning away GenX. Reeker trying to get an angle to get a bit more damage down. Otacon leash, but it's hitting BDS a decent amount. GenX dashing over the wall. Nuke now dominating. That's a single kill. SK, do they want to keep going for this? They're down a man, but a lot of blinking health bars on the side of BDS. Nuke half HP. 113 healing up nicely, and Ice isolated on his lonesome.
Irrelevant is coming.
Relevant looking to herd them. BDS hoping to find the setup. Weaver's Wall goes down. Irrelevant trying to find the angle. Paris immediately going to fall up. It's a split fight, but BDS are winning both of them. Irrelevant now on the chase. The needlework making quick work of Kadui. Bukata nowhere to go as the flick back does manage to land, and it's complete and total disaster.
And it's an ace for BDS as they play it nice and slow. They know that... Did he say easy?
I couldn't hear that.
I think he just said GG, maybe he said GG easy. That would be crazy.
Ease, but
I feel like only noobs say easy, you know?
I don't know.
I've never heard a pro player that says GG easy.
The second I got hired by Riot, I stopped all chatting. I decided it was never worth the risk ever again, and I just turned it off.
Would be funny if I said GG easy, but...
Yeah, I don't want to put words in his mouth. People can scrub back and decide for themselves what was said in that moment. BDS hasn't been easy, but it has been very clean. 7-0-8 for Nuke, 6-0-3 for Ice. Irrelevant 3-0-3, 2.2k gold lead. This Akali pick not working out at all.
They can get all inhibs here. GenX might be in trouble.
Falling. Irrelevant ignoring GenX completely to just hit the tower. Will finish it in the face of the Akali and is now finally forced to withdraw. So 200 gold back as Loopy's now going to give his life in exchange for very little. Not much else to say. Bukata starting the fight. Nuke. Paris now running. Paris gonna die. Hits the cowbell. He's withdrawing. Guys, like, I think he said. Just assume they got it, but it was only the tower for the Irrelevant got.
That's gonna be the Nash started up here. They don't do it that fast, but
they're only two-manning it. So.
I think Nuke and Paris can kind of 2v5 here. Whoever face checks dies.
Got it going in. SK, last hope, last fight. 8k on the Baron, getting lower. Bukata knocked up, knocked towards the pit, a little bit risky, but BDS just turning their attention now. Ulti unleashed from the MF, Irrelevant on the side. They're desperate to kill this Gwen, but he's still standing. Shield coming in from the lock of the Iron Solari. GenX going back in, but he's exhausted, he's a tired little ninja, and the shutdown coming out as well.
Yeah, you have to think that's going to be game here. It's going to be Gwen recalling, being able to TP back a 4 versus 2. Kadui is going to have to make a miracle to try to hold this.
I think the kid of Corki is just not enough. You need a 4-item Aphelios if you want to turn this one back, but maybe Kadui can get it done. Paris with a quick combo. The answer is no. No, he cannot. It was short-lived. SK completely decimated. BDS can feel good about this. Huge confidence win for them. For SK, you just hope that they can adapt. coming into their future series. Hope that this doesn't stymie their momentum too much from that first upset against Fnatic.
It was a very clean game from BDS. Super happy with the glow up from 1-1-3 in Paris. A nice little 2-0. And no real big throws. A little bit messier game 1, while an incredible clean game 2. And 1-1-3 showing that he can carry on tanks too, baby.
That he can. Both games, that was the case. Congratulations to BDS.